I was muted! 皆様ごきげんよう。メイド水木の屋根裏配信へようこそいらっしゃいました。Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mizuki Meido's stream. Today is another day of doing the Japanese lesson stream and Japanese class, and also a day where I follow up your Study with Mizuki challenge. ということで皆様ごきげんよう。佐藤さん、笠谷さん、大変ありがとうございます。Thank you so much for waiting. プルガさんもありがとうございます。ごきげんよう。皆様ごきげんよう。Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the little, wait. I was simply eating dinner. はい、大変ね、遅くなってしまって申し訳ございません。2分、3分、4分の遅刻かな。I guess I'm about 4 minutes late, but I was still eating dinner. ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい。It's okay, thank you so much. So for those of you who are new here, there's a Japanese learning challenge that I'm hosting, which is called Study with Mizuki 2023. The link to the video that describes what it is, it's on the description box down below. Also, today's thumbnail, as you can tell, there's an art of me done by Bien-san. Their Twitter link is also on the description box down below. Bien さん、ありがとうございます。ということで、こちらですね、私が今やっている日本語習得チャレンジ Study with Mizuki 2023っていう名前のチャレンジのフォローアップ配信となっております。それに後半にはですね、言語に関する質問ですとかお受けいたしますので、もしよろしければそちらの方で質問してみてください。あと本日のサムネイルなんですけれども、いただいたファンアートをですね、サムネイルに使わせていただいております。ビエンさんっていう方ですね。ツイッターの、ビエンさんのツイッターのプロフィールじゃない、リンクを概要欄に貼っておりますので、皆さんもぜひチェックしてみてください。ビエンさん、ありがとうございます。本当に。Okay, so, as most of you might already know, there's certain things we have to do. There's a few things we usually do. We first check our progress for the stream, not for the stream, for the challenge, and then I feature your posts. とですね、やることがね、いつもやることが何個かあるんですけれども、まず、とりあえず、今のところどんな感じかっていうことね、もしチャレンジしっかりされてる方いらっしゃったらね、今どこら辺にいればいいのかっていう確認と、そして皆様の、ポストのね、フィーチャーをさせていただきます。So, here we go. I don't know if you can tell, but did you know that we are halfway done? 半分済みましたわよ。半分。We are halfway done. So, again, it's not mandatory, but if you're following the schedule, right, you should have memorized over 500 words by now.How amazing is that? 天城さんこんばんは。じゅんさんもこんばんは。Good evening. Thank you so much for joining. お越しくださいましてありがとうございます。So again, the challenge is that you try to learn 5 or 6 words every day, or in other words, 11 words every 2 days. This challenge started on April 1st. And so if you have been following, you are more than halfway done. So I don't know if you can tell. 見えますかね？You should be done over 510 words. 510 new words in a language that is not your native tongue is a lot. ということでね、510単語、もしスケジュールをね、しっかり守ってる方いらっしゃいましたら、なんと510単語覚えたという計算になります。510すごいですよ。So again, who knew we're already halfway done with the challenge? Long ways to go, but we've come a long way. まだまだですね。いろいろありますけれども。でも結構なね。結構な長さ来ましたっていうことで。皆さんお疲れ様です。So again, for those of you who are a weird perfectionist like me, don't worry. I am planning on hosting another challenge next year, and hopefully we'll be doing this every year. But yeah, if you want to join now, don't worry. It's up for everybody and anybody, so go ahead. ということで、よろしくお願いします。So now time to feature your post. ということで、フィーチャーのね、時間に行けますかね。This week's feature is all by one person. 実はですね、今回のフィーチャーなんですけど、全部同じ人ってことで、It's time for clap. It's time to clap, everybody. アリスタイチョウさん。The only feature that we have. ということで、アリスタイチョウさん、本当にありがとうございます。Good job, アリスタイチョウさん。ということで、アリスタイチョウさん、見えますか？ Wait, this might be from the last time. It's okay. Forgot to study yesterday. There's days like that. Don't worry. ということで、お疲れ様です。ちょっと待って。I have a feeling that was from last time. 多分今の。はい、これ。Okay, it's from here. はい。月曜日だ。乗り越えろってことでね。月曜日、乗り越えろ。お疲れ様です。いやね、見て。I remember Alice Taicho-san started off by not knowing hiragana and katakana, but look at this. All of them are not just in hiragana and katakana, but also in kanji. これ、住所非科学的情報収集言葉通り進行。これ多分、地獄楽の動画からですね。I'm guessing this is from my Hell's Paradise videos. 進行とか、敵討ちとか波とか知性があるね。知性がある to have intelligence。私は知性がある犬です。I am a dog that has intelligence. 私は知性がある犬です。はい、知性があるとかね。Yup。重症とかね。Those are really good words. ということで、お疲れ様です。ありがとうございます。はい。Okay. But again, that's not it. 他にもありますわよ。よし、あれ？Wait, why did it not go? Oh, there. 日課が必要だって言ってて。Okay, so, since we have Alice Taicho-san only, we will actually go through and I'll go through some of the words and I'll make example sentences and stuff. ちょっと待って。Wait, sorry. Wait for a slight second, please. ちょっと待ってくださいね。I need to... ちょっと待って。I'll be back soon. Sorry about that. ごめんなさい。失礼いたしました。I had to. There's something that I was a little bit curious about. ちょっと待ってください。ありがとうございました。ということで、OK。そう。本職発表わざと気合い。やりたいこと呪い楽しいキラキラ。あ、これは多分スキップとローファーかな。I'm guessing this is from skip and loafer. OK。日課が必要だ。So, I just wanted to touch on certain things. So, 日課。日課ね。日課 means everyday chores, for example. But if I were to say this, I'm guessing Arastato-san is trying to say something along the lines of there has to be, like there should be things that you do every day or something. To make it more natural, if you direct translate it, 日課が必要だ、日課が必要です is perfect. If I were you, I would would say something like this. 待って、どっか行っちゃった。Okay. はい、はい、I would say something like this. 習慣があるといいです。or 毎日の毎日の習慣があるといいです。毎日 means every day. 習慣 means a habit. So again, sometimes when you direct translate words, it will sound really good in the language that you're translating it from, but it might not sound the best when you translate it into other languages. Again, like the nuance kind of changes. So if I were you, I would say 毎日の習慣があるといいです。It is good if you have a habit that you do every day will be the direct translation. But either way, good job! お疲れ様です。お疲れ様です is a word here. はい、お疲れ様です。よくできました。Okay, next. では次、今日、2日連続で勉強しました。2日連続で勉強しました means I studied 2 days in a row. For this one, I would personally get rid of 今 because 今 simply means now and you usually use it when you're trying to talk about things that is going on, as in, present tense. So 2日 or if you want to make it present tense, you can say 2日連続で勉強しています。ています format. I know I haven't touched this in any of the videos yet, but ています is a present tense format in Japanese. 2日連続で勉強しています。That would be good. はい。ということで、なんかね、ドラゴンボールドラゴンボールありますけれども、はい。これは、I wonder what kind of words they are. 笑顔。一睡もできなかった。自虐、黒歴史、下手馬。これは、推しの子だな。I'm guessing these are the words from my 推しの子 videos. はい。黒歴史とかね。一睡もできなかった。はい。これ、ゼロクラウドさん、こんばんは。社会の歯車くらい。VTuber 毎日見てるか、VTuber 毎日見てるのもいい習慣じゃないですか？いい画像ですね。いい画像ですね。はい。ということでありがとうございます。次行きましょう。次。よし。はい。Shaking handwriting because I just got back from training. はい。ということで、気がなく便利、変わらないもの。変わらないものはね、奥花子さんの歌にはありますよね。変わらないもの、探していた。あの日の君を忘れはしないってやつね。I love that song. So anyways, 変わらないもの there's a song that is titled 変わらないもの。ストロンガってウルトラマンのセリフとかなの？へそ、術、強い。OK. So this is from 地獄楽。これは地獄楽からの動画ですね。目印、射程とかね。そう、ストロンガー。それは私に聞く。聞きますか？よかった。So, this one is interesting, but the words doesn't really exist in Japanese, or in other words, we don't say it in Japanese. But we do say strong. Somehow we don't say stronga. Sorry if you're referring to something that a character says, because I guess I don't know that character, but画面のヒーローが仮面ライダーストロンガー。そうなんだ。Okay, I just learned that this is 仮面ライダーストロンガー。知らなかった。そう、強い。ストロンガーは強いですね。きっとね。ちゃんと勉強しててすごい。本当ですよ。アレスタイチョン so good. アレスタイチョンさん studies every day. I don't think I can even do that. ってことで、そう、ストロンガー。弱い。消える。ね。いい言葉。ということで、お疲れ様です。パチパチ。We still have a little bit more to go ですよ。はい。4日連続、すごいよ、4日連続。ということで、配信者とかね。私は配信者です。配信者 means streamer. Stream in Japanese is 配信。なので、That's what I say when I usually start my streams. メイド水木の屋根裏配信。 ようこそいらっしゃいました。配信ストリーム。That means welcome to my stream. でね、サイリウム。はい、ということで皆様、サイリウムっぽい絵文字出して。Everybody, please take out some emoji that looks like glue stick, not glue, like glow sticks. はい、サイリウム。はい、サイリウムの絵文字欲しいな。When I get monetized, I'm definitely gonna make a stamp that looks like サイリウム。サイリウム。やったー、ありがとうございます。サイリウム来たー。まあでも、I don't know if you can see, but glow sticks, I know, is a huge part of Japanese idol culture. The reason why you see those, or emojis that looks like glow sticks, in Japanese VTubers streams, especially when you go to singing streams, is because of this. It's because of the culture of putting out glow sticks in the Japanese idol culture. So yeah, 見つからね。大丈夫ですよ。いつかちゃんと、いつか私作る。サイリウム絵文字作る。スタンプをね、作ります。はい、ということで、that's サイリウム。ペンライトね、そう、ペンライト。そう、ペンライトとサイリウムね、一緒のものです。They are basically the same thing, but サイリウム、I don't know, I feel like サイリウム。星なんだよね、スター。あ、星なんだ。ぽい、めちゃくちゃぽい。そう。ペンラとかサイリウムとか言いますね。マジックワンド。マジックワンドとかね。So there's multiple ways of people saying it. You can call it pen light or pen light. サイリウム glow sticks. Also abbreviated version will be ペンラとか言ったりしますね。サイリウム、ペンラ。はい。馬車馬のように働くとかね。私は馬車馬のように働いています。So I couldn't... あー弾幕だー嬉しい。でも弾幕のカルチャーって、書いてください。書いてくれてくださいじゃね。書いてくださいですね。書いてください。いいですよ。と、ペンラ。That's just an abbreviated version of ペンライト。ペンライトはね、そのまんまですね。で、サイリウムこれサイリウムかなはい。サイリウム。そうですね。弾幕はでもニコ動のカルチャーなのかなもともとは。多分そうですよね。Anyway, so 馬車馬のように働く means to work hard like a horse. So that's the third word on the list. That is from, I think that is from my video of episode 10 of 推しの子。私の多分、推しの子10話からのかなと思います。そう、馬車馬のように働く社畜税金きついですよね、ほんと正直。はい、ということで、そう、馬車馬のように働く I didn't have the chance to explain too much in my videos, but 馬車馬 means horses. It means horses that pulls carriages. 働く means to work. ようにmeans like. To work like horses that pulls carriages. This doesn't mean that you're overworking yourself or anything. It is referring to the fact that horses, they usually have those, like things that prevents them from looking sideways. And that is what it's referring to. Because of that, horses, they don't get distracted and they usually just keep on running forward, right? So that is what it's referring to. 馬車馬のように働く doesn't mean you're overworking yourself or anything. I mean, to be fair, it can be used in that context, but it usually means that you're working with a focus really hard. ってことでね、はい、2.5 次元とかね。面白い言葉の数々、私が選んだのか。ということで、お疲れ様です、アレス隊長さん。では、2 more to go。はい、ラッキースタ来たぞ。 6日連続 Good job! すごいですよ、本当に。はい、ということで、お客さん、運営評判員、地元ナンパ、飲食系、実行委員、最終日前ご兄弟。This is, I know for a fact that this is from Skip とローファー。こちら私のスキップとローファーの動画からですね。はい、ナンパとかね。By the way, ナンパ is not good.People hate ナンパ。でもちょっとナンパはね、良くないですからね。So ナンパ doesn't just mean to hit on, but it also is used as a context of hitting on a random person. People usually do it on the streets, and people hate it. そう、ナンパの吸引力ナンパはね、良くない。We all hate ナンパ。It's really gross.But はい、that's what ナンパ means ということで、お疲れ様です。はい。で、これね、はい、最後来ましたよ。はい。後輩高校生、信者、化け物、忍術、貯金箱、ここ、実在する。これは私の知らないやつかもしれない。But, I was wondering if I should actually touch on it or not, but Artist Tacho-san says, I can't figure out what this image says. I hope it's something funny. こちらね、この画像がなんて言ってるのかわかんないけど、面白いものだといいなって書いてあるんですけど、まあ、貧乳はステータスだって書いてあるんですよね。I usually don't touch on these kind of content on my streams.But it means having smaller breasts are a status to have. はい。Yep. That's it. ということでありがとうございます。まあ、either way, あれ、斉藤さん。お疲れ様です。Thank you so much for trying so hard. And again, for those of you who want to take on this challenge, feel free to do so. I low-key am starting to wonder if what I'm doing, my poem streams are worth it. So if you could do it, I would really appreciate it. So thank you. ということで、まあ、もしね、日本人の方でも英語でやってみたいなっていう方いらっしゃいましたら、まあ、やってみていただいてね。はい、全然大丈夫ですので。よろしくお願いします。はい、ちょっとそろそろね、なんか私これやってて意味があんのかなみたいな気持ちになってきちゃってるとこあるのでね。はい。貧乳はバッドステータスってディスってた漫画あったな。そんな漫画あんのそんな漫画あんのもうなんかどうすればいいのかなって感じですよね。はい。But anyways, good job. Thank you so very much. はい。When I complete 30 days of statistics, I will submit some posts. I only recently started tracking vast statistics.That sounds cool. That sounds awesome. ということで、so from now on, we're gonna start the second half of this stream, which comes to Q&A streams. ということで、まあ、こちらの配信の後半部分ですね、始めようと思います。Let me know if you have any questions regarding the Japanese language, and I am here to answer them. ということでね、ちょっと一応ツイートもしとこうかな。もうツイートこのためにね、もう今日全然ツイッター見てなかったんです。For this, I haven't really looked at Twitter much, so that I could tweet this. Anyways, I'm gonna say starting the second part of the stream. Join if you have any Japanese questions to ask. Sure. はい、これでいいかな。And also, if you would mind helping me... Okay, if you would mind helping me retweet it, I would really appreciate it. ということで、今なんかツイートも一応したんですけど、まあ、リツイしていただけたらありがたいなって思います。はい。はい。ということで、Does anybody have any questions? If not, I'm just gonna start talking random stuff. はい、もし何か質問ございましたら、コメント欄の方で言ってください。あ、Q さん、はい、こんばんは。はい、Q さん。こんばんは。なんだかお久しぶりな気がしますね。お元気？はい、ということで、again, don't worry if I'm talking about other stuff or if I'm answering other questions, just feel free to keep the questions coming. はい。何の質問なんかね、メモしたんだよな。I always forget to review my memos and put it on my ゲーミングコンピューター。いつもゲーミング PC にね、持ってくの忘れるんですけど。なんだったっけthere's quite a bit of stuff. なんだったかなはい。あ、肉ミート肉しい。はい、みずきさん。あ、はい、ステーキミディアムレアさん。あ、肉コメントの後に来た。Hi, thanks for joining. Let me know if you have any Japanese related questions and I'm here to answer them. Anything about words, about grammar, about anything. あ、いいのがあった Wait, I think I have one. はい、ここに書こう。はい。We have this. はい、ということで、I saw this on Instagram today. I'll ask a grammar question in a moment. Okay, cool. はい。I saw this on Instagram. I think it's also on TikTok. But, oi. Do you know what oi means? Oi ってどういう意味かご存知、日本人の方に聞いてもね。あれですけれども。I have received some comments saying "oi" to me in the past as well. Just a few, not much. Oh, 待って。Sorry for missing your streams lately. I just took my JLPT N4 exam. N4! お疲れ様です。I have to say that your videos helped me with the vocabulary section. Thank you so much. よかった Thank you so much for saying that. I hope you pass N4. I'm guessing you're gonna move on to N3 first. 頑張ってください。JLPT はね、日本語能力技能検定のあれなんですけれども。そう、JLPT can be hard. そう、お疲れ様です。I hope you can take a little bit of a rest and I don't know when you're gonna I'm just assuming that you're gonna take the next test, but I hope you get to start again soon. はい、また音でね、おいThis is one of the reasons why I always say be careful when you learn Japanese through anime, especially when it comes to the way people talk. Oi, I'm pretty sure you hear a lot of them in anime. Oi ってね、アニメとかだとよくあるんですけれどもね。Oi. Most likely, oi in anime is translated as hey. ですね。おいおいおいおい、あいつ死んだわ、バキ。私、バキね、ネットミームとしてでしか知らないんですよね、実は。お恥ずかしながら。So, but yes, oi means hey. But here's the thing. Oi is extremely rude. Especially when you're trying to get to know somebody or when you're trying to stop somebody on the streets or maybe when you're commenting something on the internet. Oi does mean hey, and especially when you hear it on, especially when you put it, especially when you're watching anime, you might see this on subtitles, but this is kind of like, hey, watch where you're going, kind of hey. Does that make sense? Hi. ってことで、Oi, make sure you don't use this on comments. Oops. Oi はね。そうなんかね、I think the context was that somebody was trying to ask this person a Japanese question and commented "oi" and then started off the question and this person was like, don't know if you knew this, but "oi" is not really polite. はい。Excuse me? レイゼオベリルさん。なるほど。厳密にはおいおいおいおい死ぬわあいつ。何皆さんバキそんな好きなの私も読もうかな。I guess there's a lot of anime references on that, but yes, oi is like, watch where you're going. Hey! So, don't use it in real life. 手のひらさん、はい。こんばんは、ごきげんよう。 ということで、again, おい、don't use it. Also, on similar note, なんか、アニメでは言うけど、現実で言ったらめちゃくちゃ失礼やぞみたいなのありますかね？ There's probably a lot of words that you do want to be careful not to use it in real life that people can learn from anime. One of them is バカ野郎ですね。はい、バカ野郎 as you know means stupid. But it's not really a nice word to say. バカ itself means stupid. 野郎 it actually means a person. But this is not really a nice way of saying a person. It's more of like dude. A stupid dude, I guess, will be more of a closer direct translation of the word. But バカ野郎 you definitely don't want to use this in real life. バカ野郎とかね。はい。こいつの意味はこいつってね。こいつ難しいな。こいつ means something like this guy, this kid, or something like that. こいつ this guy, this kid. Again, not too polite. If you're using it jokingly, I don't think there's a problem to it. But only use it between friends. 私もね、こいつはね、使うことあるんですけど、でも冗談交じりにね、なんかちょっと面白いコメントに載っちゃったこいつみたいな感じで使えますけどね。I do use こいつ。For example, on my streams, I maybe find really interesting, funny comments that is maybe making fun of me, and then maybe I will say, こいつ. But again, that's more on a jokingly way. I won't use it to anybody that I don't know too well, or definitely not in a professional setting. はい。壁ドンイケメン。おいこらもヘイで。おいこらもヘイかな。確かにね。こいつとはこのやつ。このやつはね、このやつ actually is not used anymore. このやつ、このやつってかこの野郎とかね。漢字 wise, yeah, that is maybe the way you can write it, but このやつは使わないです。はい。わかる、ありがとう。よかったです。こいつ。こいつとかあいつとかね、あいつ is the same way. こいつ、あいつ、そいつ、どいつAll of them is not the politest way of addressing. It's very casual, can be friendly, only when you use it in a right context. こやつ、できるね、もうアニメでしか使わないでしょ。こやつとかね。こやつ is definitely something you will only see in anime. Really quick, this is one of those things that is called こそわだ言葉。そう、こいつあいつそいつどいつとかね。こそわだ言葉 is a word that we use for words like this, that, where, what, how, why. Not anything, but a lot of things that is referring to this, that, what is categorized under this. こそわだ言葉。So, for example, こいつ if you change it into そいつ it changes this word into that guy, that kid, that person. Same with あいつ. If you change it into どいつ it changes this word into what guy, what kid, what person. And so it's all under the same category, and that's what it means. こやつできる。そうね。こやつ also means this kid みたいな。this guy とか。this kid. I have a feeling that this is probably a really old term, as in like terms or phrases in language that was maybe used around samurai periods in Japan. In other words, nobody really uses this in real life, but you'll still hear a lot of this in anime and fictional stories, and maybe also in historical context related dramas and movies. はい。あ、そういえばね、ちょっと気になったことがあるんですけど、我々日本人って結構当たり前のようになんか、ね、アニメ、漫画とか時代劇とかだけで使われてる言葉 vs 日常会話って全然違うっていうのがなんとなく理解できてると思うんですけど、なんでなんでしょうね。これの違いが大きいから結構ね、あれって思っちゃう方がいらっしゃるのかなっていうのを最近思ったんですけども。So, I have been wondering, I have been thinking about the reason why a lot of us Japanese, we just like naturally know the difference between fictional ways of speech versus real way of speech. As in, but then there's also like, you know, kids that are too cool for school kind of kids, like chunibyo kids, that would purposefully use the way people would talk in anime and manga. So, anyways. Okay, let me think about how to phrase my questions. It's simple, but there's specific unwritten logic to it that I keep seeing, so I'll just bring up one example involving 3 parties. Okay. お、なんか難しい質問が来るみたい。I'm all for it. I'm all ears. 教わった言葉以上です。教わった言葉、once you get to know this, things are gonna be so much easier for you. はい。So like, これ、それ、あれ、どれ、これ、this, それ、that, あれ、that, どれ、what. この、この、どの、same thing. この means this, その that, that, どの what. その is a closer proximity, that, and is a further away proximity, that. There's 2 kinds of that's in Japanese. その is closer, is further away. Oh, wait, there's something. 待って、これいけるわ。これ、それ、あれ、どれ。This is one of the things that maybe I can touch on. The differences between these 4 and these 4. これ、それ、あれ、どれ、この、その、どの、they both mean that or what. That. I mean, that wasn't that. これは this ですね。This, that, that, what. But there's actually a very big difference between these 2. For これ, you don't have to specify anything that you're actually saying. When you're saying この、その、どの, you actually need to add a noun after it. That is the biggest difference. So, in other words, you can't specify anything after saying これ、それ、あれ or どれ, but you will have to specify what exactly you're talking about if you're saying the other one when you're saying この。言ってた。We'll say 3-party labeled A, B, and C. Let's say A and B are face to face, while C is on the phone as the third party. When people talk face to face or written in context face to face, I'll see 言った for things referenced to past, but it's not always the case when talking with a third party referring B said. A is speaking to C. ちょっと待って、OK? Let me try to understand this. 言ったと言ってたの違いですね。A and B are face to face. C is on the phone as the third party. Okay, I got that part. People talk face to face or written in context face to face. I'll see 言った for things referred to past, but it's not always the case when talking with a third party referring B said when A is speaking to C 言ってた。Oh, okay. I don't know if I got the question right, so if I didn't, let me know. まあ、言ったと言ってたの違いですね。言った versus 言ってた。 what B said when A is speaking to C. Okay, I hope I got it right. So I'm guessing you're asking the differences between when people use it, right? Like how people use it. So there's 4 different kinds of interactions, and it's not really clear to me use cases, but there's a difference. We'll see if I can answer your question. Okay, so first of all, you, for those of you who don't know, you means to say. You want to say って意味ですね。This is a verb. 言ってた is actually an abbreviation. 言ってたは略してあるやつですね。言ってた actually is an abbreviated form of 言っていた。Since this is a word ending with a ta, you can quite possibly tell that this is a past tense. 日本語ではたが最後に来たらもう必ず過去形に なるんですよね。ているっていうのは現在進、日本語で言う現在進行形です。ている format. I've talked about this, but ている is a present tense format of Japanese. This is the ing form. ている. So て is what we call a te form. This is a way of adding multiple verbs into one context, or sometimes in one sentence. てっていうのは日本語で複数の動詞を一つの文章に入れようとした時に使うことができるものです。文法です。で、言った、言ってた。言っていた。So if we break 言っていた down, we have 言っている plus the past tense. 言っている、言っていたっていうのをちょっと分解してみるとこれになるんですよね。言っている plus past tense。言っているを過去形にしたものになるんですよね。言っている because ている format is a present tense. If you make this past tense, this turns into the meaning turns into something like someone was saying. One was saying. It's an ing format. That's why, depending on different contexts, the way of usage for this changes. 言った simply means said. Okay, sorry, let me make this a little bit easier. 待って、言った said 言ってた 言ってた one was saying. Okay. 見えるかな? Okay, hopefully you can see this. But the bottom part is what I'm trying to get to. 言った said 言ってた one was saying. So that's why when A is talking to B, when A is maybe referring to what A was saying, he or she will say, said 言った 私は言ったと私は言いました。アレス隊長さん、おすおすHola, go good. Mizuki says, I came to say hi only because I'm working. Have a wonderful stream and day. Thank you. We actually featured a lot of your posts today. You were the only one featured. Hope you'll be able to check later. ありがとうございます。Thank you so much. Good luck with work. お仕事頑張ってください。はい。ということで、言った again means said. 言っていた one was saying. So, that's why it can be used as, C was saying this. Like, 先生は言ってました。Mizuki先生は言ってました。You can say it in that manner. Or I can even use it like, もう、言ってたでしょ昔、私が。 I was saying this, remember? みたいな。言ってたの覚えてない？ Don't you remember that I said this? とか、C さんがこう言ってたの覚えてる？ Do you remember that C was saying this in the past? What was saying? 言ってた。So, I don't know. Does that make sense? So it's not really technically about the situation. It's more about the meaning behind the words. 言った said 言ってた was saying. はい。Let me know if that makes sense. はぁ、お水飲んだ。Yeah, I brought up a specific scenario because it was clear in those scenarios it was different. Okay, okay. That's true, that's true. メイド水木はツイッターを貴重に利用すると言っていた。そうです。メイド水木はツイッターを貴重に利用すると言っていました。私は言いましたね。When speaking about when someone else said, it was consistently 言ってた。Yeah, because it's easier to say was saying and it's easier to use that for other people, for sure. 言った I said 言ってた that person said みたいなね outside of the two speaking parties. Yup. そう、言ってたっていうのは基本的に他の人に使いますね。It doesn't mean that there's a very specific rule to it, but it is true. 言った is a lot easier to be used for yourself, the one who is speaking, and 言っていた can be a lot easily used for those who are not yourself when you're talking about what other people were saying. はい。Good point. Good question. はい。他にありますか？ Do you have any other questions? Yeah, I was just looking for some clarity since I can't find a direct answer. No worries. Those things are really hard to find the direct answers too. いや、こういうの難しいんですよね。別に調べてわかるわけじゃないですしね。英語しかりですけど。日本語特になんかニュアンス場が全てみたいなとこありますからね。It is also true that Japanese really relies on a lot of the nuances. So yeah, totally get it. はい。ということで、以上かな？質問ありがとうございました。Thank you so much for your question. あと10分ぐらいしようかな。I guess I'll do maybe like 10 extra minutes, maybe. なんかあるかなと思ってた。Since this is often just self-referring, when it is appropriate to use てた。That's a good question. 思った versus 思ってた。これもいいやつですね。思った versus 思ってた。思ったはシンプルに思ったことですよね。思ってたっていうのは基本的に思いが変わった時に使いますよね。で、私は思うんですけど、皆さんはどう思います？日本人の皆様。はい。So like we were doing previously, 思った is the simple past tense. I thought was think かな。日本語のいいんですは OK と No のどっちの意味でも言いますが、どう判断すればいいですか？なんか面白いことを一番もうね、それはニュアンスです。結構ですみたいなね。もうそれはもう忍者スキルなんでね。はい。私もそう思ってたんだけど、ツイッターの参照を見てからは、思ってた。やっぱり思ってたはノートが変わった時に言いますね。前後の文を見て判断するしかない。いやもうそれはマジでそう。はい。そう思ってた、also means was thinking. I want you to think about the context when you use was thinking. Again, Japanese, English, a little bit different, but well, I guess very different. I guess in English, when you say I was thinking, the the context that I can instantly think of is something like I'm trying to ask somebody out. I'm gonna be like, I was thinking that we can maybe go out for lunch. Like I was thinking that maybe you want to go to Starbucks with me. そう。思ってたは時間が経ったか経ったかじゃないか。経ってないかじゃないか。まあ確かにね。思ったは今思った。思ってたは前から感じてた。お、それもいいですね。そう、思った thought recent 思ってた was thinking something you thought in the past はい This is the answer from 手のひらさんちょっと待ってでっけえなでっかいですわよでっかいですわよちょっと変えようここを変えようしようよし That's better はい So I guess two ways two meanings. Was thinking, as in a way that you're thinking of something in the past. This was the feeling that you have had for a while. Or, like I was saying, you can also use it when you change your thoughts. Hi. So, 思った。For example, 今期のアニメめちゃくちゃいいと思った。well, 今期ってか前期かな。春アニメめっちゃいいと思った。That is, I thought 春アニメ the spring season of anime was really good. Recently, that is something that I thought because it kind of literally just ended, right? The spring anime season just ended. 春アニメめっちゃいいと思った。If I say 春アニメめっちゃいいと思ってた it kind of changes the nuance. Again, you have to discern things through the context, but maybe I'm saying this because I saw the upcoming summer anime and I changed my mind. You know, I thought the spring anime was really good, but maybe I'm gonna change my mind and I'm gonna say maybe the summer anime might be better. とか、私はチョコレート好きだと思ってたんですよけど私ちょっと誰かの名前使う I'm gonna use somebody's name 私手のひらさんチョコレート好きだと思ってたんですけどどうですか I thought 手のひらさん You like chocolate but what is it in reality チョコレート好きですかThat means that I have been thinking that I had in my mind that 手のひらさん here 勝手に人を例文に使うっていうね、はい、勝手にリスナーさんで例文を作る I thought 手のひらさん here likes chocolate that's been inside my mind for a while but how was it like in reality? Like is that true? みたいなそうとか今日のドラマめっちゃ良かったと思ったわ今日のドラマめっちゃ良かったわ The drama today, drama as in TV show the TV show today was so good That's recent はい I like チョコお良かった Got it, that makes a lot of sense a change up in a way of thinking or state of thinking Yes, exactly So I think Puraga-san's comment is pretty cool はい pretty good 私もそう思ってたんだけどツイッターの参照見てから we're talking about Twitter you know I was thinking the same thing but well but looking at the current situation of Twitter I don't know how to feel about it that is the but you are changing your thought sentence ですね Yeah, I like this example いやね、わかりやすい思ったと思ってたの違いですね I guess that's again the difference between 思った versus 思ってた私ツイッター好きだと思ってたんですけどねI thought I liked Twitter 私ツイッター好きだと思ってたんですけどねここ数日で変わっちゃいましたね。It changed quite a bit in the past few days. 思ってた again, that's my change in thought. I thought Twitter was good. Oh well. ってことで、まあ Twitter ね、もう離れるつもりはないですけどね。Twitter くんね、どうすればいいんだ どうすればいいんだ、Twitter か。I don't know what to do with Twitter. Twitter っていうことで。はい。Thank you for clarity with help in both cases for me since I was definitely using them wrong. No worries. You always need multiple steps in order to get things right, especially in Japanese due to nuances. お疲れ様です。よくできてますよ。頑張ってください。But this is the hard thing about Japanese, isn't it? The form of the verb, the grammar is the same, but not really. But depending on the verb that you're using, depending on the word that you're using, the meaning can change quite a bit. Twitter ってメールってフリーチャット解説するしか。フリーチャットね、来年くらいに解説しようかなって思ってるんですよ。楽しみにしてて。来年になって Twitter がね、元に戻ってることを願ってねって感じなんですけど。他にも、なんか同じ文法なのに意味合いが変わってくるものってありますかね？ Can we think of something else that might change in meaning depending on the verb? 思ってた。他になんかあるかな？ There's an intuition you develop growing up that learners don't have until they get thousands of hours of experience. Yep, definitely. そう、難しいんですよね。特に I feel like when it comes to Japanese, it's harder because of the high context language. English in that sense, I feel it like is a lot easier. Because Japanese, it's definitely more based on feelings and, you know, like feels and vibes and stuff. English is a lot more straightforward. そう、日本語の難しいとこはこれなんですよね。天岸さんも今言ってらっしゃいますけども、なんかもう、こんな感じみたいなのが日本語すごく多いのでね。English requests you to be specific. Oh yeah. I definitely struggled a lot with that because I felt like I was always being rude, but then, again, difference in culture. いや、難しいのがそれ、日本語ってあまりにも空気を読むっていうのが強すぎて、辞書とかでもね、補えない部分が多いから。でもその分私はね、英語難しかったのがね、あれですね、めちゃくちゃ頑張って覚えた英語とかが、なんて言うんだろう。なんかあまりにもストレートすぎて私、失礼になってんじゃないのってずっと思ってた時期が何年かあって。でもそれが、スタンダードみたいなね。ストレートに表現する必要があるっていうのはね、難しいですよね。はい。ということで、思った versus 思ってた。ありがとうございます。Good job です。はい。日本語はニュアンスで伝わるのが便利なところだけど、逆に言うとふわっとしてることだからはっきりしないことが多い。そう。でもね、めちゃくちゃ難しいのがね、それなんですよね。私たちはね、特になんか、なあまあで伝わるから楽じゃないですか。でも日本語を学んでる方からすると、それで、なんかすごい馴染めなくて日本を離れたりする方多い気がするんですよね。なんかよく日本での海外の方向けの街頭インタビューとか見てたら、なんか友達が作れないとかもう馴染めないみたいな方が多くてね。でもこれ結構でかいんじゃないかなと思いますね。So Tenohira-san just said that Japanese can be really convenient because of the nuance-based language, but then it's also true that there's like, you know, we kind of just get rid of the specific because of that. And I have a feeling that this might be a reason a lot of people don't feel like they belong to the Japanese community, because I see a lot of interviews, for example, done to people who live or lived in Japan who are not from Japan, and I feel like this might be the biggest difference in culture and the biggest reason why people feel like they're not really welcome here, or they don't feel like a part of the culture and the country. Yeah, and what can I say? I feel like my master goes through very similar things with me too. いや、私ご主人様とのコミュニケーションでもたまに言われることがあるんですよね。My master's sometimes like, you have to say things clearly because I won't get it, and I'm like, but but it's all about communication. Like when I'm speaking in English, I would just have to be a lot more straightforward because that is what's expected. Vice versa, I guess. ということでね、まあ難しいところがたくさんございますけれども、いやー、難しいですね。文化の違いってね。はい。まあってことで、It's always difficult in those cases, but it depends on the type of person you are. For me, I'm an empath by nature, so I really need words to know what people are thinking. Oh yeah, I definitely feel that too. I even like thought about making a video about it because it started bugging me a little bit. I saw a lot of people saying things like, you know, this country is not good versus one person will say, the country A is amazing. And on the other hand, person B might say country A is awful. And then you see a lot of those arguments everywhere on the internet. And then it's definitely based on the person's personality. Like, I would not be able to survive in an English-speaking country because of who I am. I just don't like being straightforward and like just existing in a place where I have to be straightforward is a huge stress for me. Another reason why I feel a lot comfortable in Japan, but then I also get why a lot of people just don't feel like they're welcome or they are fit in Japan because of how people talk to them in Japan, you know? But then, yes, every single country is imperfect, every single country has pros and cons, but then I think people just have to understand and realize the fact that there's a huge difference in cultures, and depending on your personality, it's really different. That's why you see people who live in Japan who loves it versus there's people who hates it. Yes, there's racism too for sure. There's no country that doesn't have racism, but I think this is also a big part of it. I would do very well in Japan. Well, I will hope to see you soon. いや、これね、でも真面目に思うんですよね。日本、よくなんか海外の方の街頭インタビューとかでね、なんか日本にはもう住めないっていう方 vs 日本めっちゃいいっていう方いらっしゃったり、日本だけじゃなくて、なんか例えば海外のアメリカの街頭インタビューとかあったりして、もうそういうのがね、動画で上がってたりしたらコメント欄すっごい荒れてたりしてね。でもね、我々なんか、いつも忘れるっていうか、人がね、認識してない部分っていうのが、あれだと思うんですよ。文化の違い、そして性格の違い。私は英語は話せますけど、英語圏では絶対にね、生きていけないんですよ。私は、なーなーの文化がいいから、私はストレートに表現するのが苦手なんですよね、実は。だから、私はアメリカでは生きていけない。あと、陽キャな国だからね、もうそこはね。陰なんで私は、アメリカとか英語圏では生きていけないんですよ。もう道行く人に笑顔を振りまくってのが難しいんですよね、私にとってはね。でも、その逆で、日本っていう閉鎖空間みたいな、あれゆえ日本は陰キャに優しいですから。そういう国がすごい窮屈に感じるって方もね、いらっしゃるのもね、全然理解できるんですよね、だからこそ。だからね、私、インターネットのよくわからん、どこの国がいいだ、どこの国が悪いだっていう議論、世界一嫌で、いや、もう何言ってんだ、みたいな。文化の違いがあるだろう、人の性格の違いがあるだろうって思うんですよ。I have so many friends who are Japanese born and raised who doesn't like Japan and who are living in other countries and they're blossoming and I totally get that. And then on the other side I have so many friends who are from the other countries who lives in Japan and they're doing amazing and they love it. They call this their new home. This is where they belong to. And so, you know, いや、日本人の私の友人で日本生まれ日本育ちだけど日本が嫌でね、日本にどうしても馴染めなくて、今、ヨーロッパだったり、アジア圏のいろんなとこだったりにね、住んで、ここが私がいるべきところだっていうね、もうたくさん知ってますし、逆に日本人ではない方で、日本がめちゃくちゃ居心地よくて、もう日本、これからもずっと住みたいし、ここに骨をうずめたいっていう方もね、たくさん知ってるのでね。来年多分日本行く予定あります。お、楽しみですね。私も陰キャだけど人見知りではないです。確かに、陰キャ、コミュ障、人見知り全部違いますからね。私、人見知りでコミュ障で陰キャですね。もう、ビンゴです、ビンゴ。 はい。まあ、ってことでね、まあ、いろいろございますけれども、本日は、Is there any other questions? 他になんかご質問とかあったりしますでしょうか？なかったらね、今日はここら辺で終わろうかなって思います。If not, I'm guessing I will end somewhere around here. I will end soon. そろそろ終わろうかな。I have a lot, but not enough time for them. Oh, well, if you have anything that you can work them now, I'm totally up for them. I'm totally fine. なんかあったら全然言って。don't keep me hanging. Just kidding, but feel free to ask them. I don't know if you knew this, but I'm also going to look back on my streams another time, and I'm gonna make a video on all the questions that you have had, so これね、まだね、今まで言ったことないんですけど、そのうちね、ネタに切れたっていうか、時間ができた時にね、これ全部、配信見返して、皆様からいただいた質問をね、動画にまとめてね、出すつもりなんで、全然聞いてください。その間、適当な雑談しとこう。2000人体験配信の私のサムネ良くない？ Really random something, but isn't the thumbnail for my 2K subscriber or 20 times color tile stream really cute? このサムネめちゃくちゃ可愛いなって思って。消えたサムネ？消えた？消えちゃったの？Hi! Snipaiva-san. Oh, thank you so much for joining again. Long time no see. Can I ask where is the best place to start learning Japanese on your channel? I'm a very beginner, but I like to slowly try and understand some phrases. I have something perfect for you. I thought it was really cute. Thank you. So I have a few. Okay, can I navigate you on my channel? 私のチャンネルナビゲートしていい？ I want you to open a new tab, and I want you to go to either my home screen or my playlist screen. 水木さんのサムネどれも先生。あ、プップさんだ。こんにちは。Long time no see. カラータイルの次は何しよう？いや、またカラータイルしますから。Sure. Okay, sweet. Okay. So if you go there, you'll see multiple places. If you scroll down, there's a place that says past streams. Below that, I have this section that says Japanese for beginners. There's this playlist that I have that says Japanese for absolute beginners. And this is where I would personally recommend you to start. I have everything, what I think is everything for you to know in order to start learning the language. The first two videos, I honestly hate them because they kind of suck in terms of editing, but what I'm saying on that video, I stand true to it. So my personal okay, I will write this down. ちょっと待って。パパと書こう。ちなみに私のサムネはね、私の友人が作ってきてくれてます。グラフィックデザイナーの友人がね、可愛いでしょ？そう。ありがてえです。ちゃんとお金払ってますよ。もちろんね。I actually have a video that I was supposed to make. I shot the video even. I just haven't had the chance to. Yeah, I just haven't had the chance to edit them. Hinagana and katakana. 2. Three. Vocab. And then 5. Okay. 水木先生の友達とてもいい先生ですね。でしょう？ほんとよ。I know. It doesn't matter how broke I am, because of how cute all my thumbnails are, I am just committed to having all cute thumbnails. はい、ということで、really quick, this is my personal advice when it comes to steps up learning Japanese. I know this might be hard, but you always want to start from hiragana and katakana. Hiragana and katakana are Japanese writing, Japanese alphabet. Katakana, you can honestly ditch them for now. Hiragana there's 46, katakana, there's 46. Imagine the difference between uppercase and lowercase in the English alphabet. Same thing. Same pronunciation, difference in writing. Hiragana is used for everyday life. Katakana is used for onomatopoeias and loanwords, as in English words like computer, chocolate. Those are written in katakana. Katakana かわいそう。Maybe カタカナかわいそうかもしれないけど、でも実際カタカナ難しいんですよ。Katakana is a little bit harder than hiragana, and I do acknowledge that. Also, because of the reason why I don't have any katakana related videos, sorry, you can start with hiragana. Okay, 再生リストのリンク貼っちゃおう。I'm gonna throw in my links for my playlists. Okay, so first of all, this is a playlist that I have for absolute beginners. It explains everything. This is all about explaining. It doesn't teach you anything. It explains things. But I believe all of them will be important to you. I covered the writing system. I covered sentence structures, pronunciation, how to memorize new vocabulary. And then I do hope that this will help you in terms of getting to the first step of understanding the language. これね、日本語の動画なんであれなんですけど、もしね、興味がある方いらっしゃったら、こちらのプレイリスト、再生リストね、私が日本語の3種類の文字体系について語ってたり、日本語の、文章の作り方についてね、話してるのが、動画なんですけど、我ながらね、めちゃくちゃわかりやすいと思うんで。そう、日本ってカタカナ英語めちゃめちゃ使われてるけど、海外でも他の言語が元の単語って使われてるもんなの。ものによりますね。まあ、例えばですけど、英語って言ったらもともと、例えばヨーロッパのね、言語って言ったらラテン語、ゲルマン語族とかね、まあ、いろいろあって、元の言語が同じってことがあるので、似たり寄ったりとかね、多いですけど、普通に例えば、寿司とか、まあ、韓国料理のなんかキンパとかだったらもう全然普通にもう最近使われてるので、でも日本ほど多いとは思わないです、個人的に。でも、それなんですよね。他の言語の言葉をどういう風に捉えるか、どこからが他の言語を捉えるかっていうのも違う気がしますね。日本ってある意味、日本語って面白いんですよ。日本語って本当に自立してる言語で、もちろん中国の影響を受けてるとかはあるんですけど、そういうのを置いておくと、本当に、他に似た言語がない言語なんですよね。例えばスペイン語とポルトガル語は似てるとか言いますけど、日本にはそういう言語がないんですよ。言葉で単語で似てるってのであれば中国語、広東語とか韓国語とかありますけど、それはただ単純に古代の中国語の影響をこの言語全部受けてるからだっていうだけで、もうちょっとね、ごめんなさい、ちょっと語っちゃう。固有名詞は元の言語になりそうね。そうですよね。はい、ということで、OK, another playlist. So this is a playlist of my Japanese hiragana writing. The reason why I say you always want to start by learning hiragana and katakana or the Japanese alphabet is because this is going to make your life easier. Like, imagine you trying to memorize English, for example, without knowing the English alphabet. I think it's going to be so easy for you to understand that that's impossible. You need to know the English alphabet in order to start learning the language. Same with Japanese. A lot of people stick to Romaji, which is the Romanized Japanese, or in other words, the way of writing Japanese using the English alphabet, but that is not going to take you anywhere. By learning hiragana and katakana, you will be able to learn the right pronunciation and the amount of content that you will be able to consume, not just doubles, probably triples, quadruples, and so much more. It's just so much more, there's so much more things out there that you'll be able to consume as long as you learn hiragana and katakana. Kanji, forget about it for now. Don't need to worry about it. And then once you get that going, I want you to understand the sentence structure. This is fairly simple, a lot more simple than you think. It's just that this is one of the biggest differences between English and Japanese. The placement of certain words, nouns, verbs, adjectives, they're different. But you'll be able to watch one of my videos. I have a video that explains Japanese sentence structure, and I feel like this will answer all of your questions. Learning hiragana also removes ambiguity in pronunciation from the Latin alphabet. Yes, that's one of the biggest things. Some people think Japanese is simple when it comes to pronunciation. It's actually not really that simple. As long as you learn, Spanish though. If you're a Spanish speaker, it's gonna be so much easier for you. But yeah. And once you're done with that, that's when you can start learning vocabulary. Because you already know hiragana, it's going to be so much easier for your brain to connect the dots. You'll be able to hear words, and you'll be able to come up with the hiragana for it, which is going to make things so much easier for you. Again, if you keep on scrolling down through my channel, there's a lot of playlists. There's this section that says Learn Japanese Through Anime. As you can tell, this is a series that I have when it comes to learning Japanese through anime. If there's any anime that you personally like, I do have a list of videos that I will make in the future. So you can just tell me what anime that you're into, and I try to make videos out of them too. But I pick a few, in the upcoming season, I'm only going to be able to pick one because this is really this takes a lot of time away from me. But this is a series where I pull out 10 words from every episode of anime. So you will be able to try to learn words hopefully in an exciting manner. If you scroll all the way down, there's 2 more parts. There's a gel PT part. This is where I explain grammar. These are the videos where I explain grammar. I try to list them in order so that it will be easier for you to track yourself. And then below that, there's vocabulary videos. So hopefully they'll help. ということで、以上です。I have 2 questions that shouldn't take too long to answer when you're finished. Okay, go ahead. Type it out. Okay, so you want to learn vocab. And after that, you want to throw in grammar here and there. You want to start being able to output things. You want to be able to start making sentences. That's when the grammar videos can come in. You can learn a specific grammar, try to use the newly learned words that you know. And then if you want feedback, you can just simply type in sentences that you made or questions that you have under the videos that I posted. And I'll go through them, obviously for free, cheaper than going to an actual tutor, right? I'll go through them for free. So just feel free to post any of the questions or any of the sentences that you have, and I'll go through them. I'll give you feedback. And then continue all the process. Continue on 3 and 4, and keep on going. Continue on and live life. That's my personal advice. Hi. Hopefully that helps. This is another specific one. I think I have an understanding, but it has to do with tsutsu. Specifically use cases of aritsutsu, which isn't as clear, and meaning as something like yomitsutsu or yogitsutsu. Okay, for tsutsu, or aritsutsu, I need to explain what aru means. Okay, so Amagi-san, tell me. Sorry to put you on the spot, but you're the student here. What does aru mean in English? Or what is your understanding of aru in English? もうがっつりレッスンみたいになってきちゃった。and に近いかな。そうね。and とか while doing something ですね。何かをしながらみたいな。By the way, つつ verb plus つつまあ、もうちょっとね、ありますけどね。verb plus つつ means while doing verb って感じかな。はい。That helps a lot. Thanks so much for the through explanation. I'm amazed by how much creative content you've made for this. Oh, thank you. ありがとうございます。 And your streams are super comfy too. Yay! I try to do comfy streams. Hopefully comfy enough to make you go to bed. It's a state of existence typically, or an animate object. Yes! Good job! I love what you said. State of existence. はい。So, ある a lot of dictionary would say something like there is, but what you said is perfect. It's a state of existence. In other words, that is basically what ありつつ is. Not objects, just things in a broader sense. Yes, ある。いる is the other one ね。はい。そう、ありつつの例文欲しいな。ありつつ。ありつつ。ありつつって近づきつつ、あ、いいのがあったわ。Okay, I need to come. もしね、ありつつの例文、私のために考えてくださる方いらっしゃったら教えて。ちょっと書いといてもらって。これは良くないな。はい。Okay. Example sentence here. ありつつ難しいですよね。ちなみに私勝手に気になってるんですけど、ププさんは日本人の方なの？私の配信ね、わかんないんですよ。例文そんなことがありつつも私たちの旅を続く。うわー、難しいの来ましたね。That's a hard one because that is very, very, very Japanese. Very nuanced. ゲームしつつ配信を見るめっちゃいいの来てありがとうございます。Okay. Now we have two example sentences. はい、ゲームしつつ配信を見る。Do you remember what 配信 means? 配信って覚えてますか？はい、配信を見る。ね。はい。Just need to put it. The ones in the brackets are the 振り仮名 for the 漢字。そう、夏が近づきつつあります。夏？あ、日本人です。でも英語喋れるようになりたい。そうなんだ。いや、日本語めちゃくちゃ流暢だなって思ってました。日本語めっちゃ流暢って思って。それは日本人だったら流暢だわ。ようこそようこそ。もうちょっとね、またしばらくしたらね、英語配信もするので、楽しみにしててください。はい。ということで、夏が近づきつつあります。夏 means summer. 近づく means to get closer. So, summer is getting closer. ですね。ゲームしつつ配信を見る。はい。英語学習頑張ってください。英語はね、難しいですよね。日本語も難しいけどね。そう、ゲームしつつ配信を見る。I watch a stream while playing a game. はい、ってことです。Okay, so the biggest difference between other verbs that you have, you know, that uses つつ is this. I don't know if you can see. わかりますかね？ Wait, that's me. What? Loop さん、Hi, you're watching this stream while playing a game? こんにちは。はい。Okay, so 夏が近づきつつあります。What was the other ones that you said? はい。読みつつ、泳ぎつつ。読みつつ。That was simply a combination of 読む which is a verb that means to read, and つつ, right? 泳ぎつつ、泳ぐ to swim, つつ. But for this one, again, ある means existence. 近づきつつあります。近づく is another verb. ゲームしつつ、ゲームする another verb. あ、待って、ゲームしつつは違った。Wait, sorry. ゲームしつつは、確かにつつだけど、あるではなかった。Sorry. Anyway, so, we'll go, sorry. we'll start with 夏が近づきつつあります。はい。So, oh my gosh, sorry. I just realized ありつつ I didn't even touch on that, did I? Anyways, that's basically what it is. ありつつ just not really used because you can use ある after つつ、近づきつつ、closer あります。existence getting closer. What is getting closer? 夏。Sorry, いや、ププさん、私もね、全然気づいてなかったので、すいません。難しいですよね、ありつつ。Again, ありつつ is such a hard one. I feel like ありつつもとかならね、まだ使えますけどね。ありつつも、well, okay, I do have something. I figured it was hard. It is hard. まあでもゲームしつつ配信を見る。これはいいです。いいやつですよね。This one is really good too. ゲームしつつ配信を見る。Watch a stream while playing a game. But I do have an example sentence. 一応あるんですけど、近くって near は使わないんだって。そういう知ってる単語なのに使われてないんかいっていうの多くて英語わからん。難しいのがね、日本の特に学校で教えられてる英語っていうのは、やっぱり堅苦しい英語なんですよ。つまり、本当に日常会話で使われてるかって言ったらそうではない。だからと使われないかって言われたらそうではないんですけどね。そう。near はね、あとね、本当に物理的に近いですね。I have a vague idea of what it means in each context. Okay, cool. Okay, so I do have another sentence. 妻は良くないな。家族にしよう。はい。Okay. Here's an actual sentence that uses ありつつ。はい。彼は家族がありつつも浮気をした。最悪ですね。地獄に落ちろ。Well, this person is going to be sent down to hell. But 彼は家族がありつつも浮気をした。First of all, ありつつも is a lot more common usage for ありつつ。も also, it's usually used as a negative. 実はだったら怖いな。実はじゃないことを願います。そう、彼、he、家族、family、浮気、cheated。He had an affair, or 浮気 is more of like an affair. He had an affair even though he has a family, is what this sentence means. Let's break it down though. さ、だって他に考えられなかったんだもん。あ、さん、こんばんは。昨日 JLPT に N2 レベルを受けた。でも I don't feel I will pass it. N2! 難しい。お疲れ様でした。I'm guessing you're... Oh wait, I do remember you're from Taiwan. There's actually only a few countries that offers JLPT in around this time of the year. So it's kind of easy to figure out where you all are from. It's okay. There's always the second time, and N2 is hard. What matters most is that you tried your best. お疲れ様でした。難しいですからね。はい。ということで、彼は家族がありつつも浮気をした。ありつつも、has a meaning that without change, or it existing. You know, again, existing. He, existing family. He has an existing family, although he had an affair. I don't know. Like, that's the only sentence that I can come up with. もうどうなのって感じなんですけれども、ね。これが私の唯一考えられる例文でございます。When it comes to ありつつ、most of the time people will use it alongside with も。ありつつよりもありつつもの方がよく使われますね。はい。That is close enough to what I thought. Okay, cool. よかった。これ難しい。難しい。つつでしたね。つつ。はい。By the way, if you know must form, まあこれ未然形ですけどね。これはね、verb must form minus must plus つつです。For those of you who want to know the format of this, つつ verb plus つつ means while doing the verb, the actual equation, I guess, is you want to get rid of the masu from the masu form and you add tsutsu to it. If you want to know what masu form is like, I have a video on that. はい。でのとは意味例文作品にはできないので、長編での制作はできません。長編での。あ、でのね。Okay. So again, that was for つつ。はい、ということで、これ以上、つつでした。での。で、ちょっと待って、なんで違った。での。でのの意味と例文。長編での。First of all, you have to understand that でのdoesn't always have to be there. での難しいんですけどね。はい。article 助詞きましたね。はい。First of all, での is a combination of two particles. での is a combination of で and の。はい、ということで、まずなんですけれども、でのっていうのは、日本語の助詞、でとのの組み合わせです。So, first thing you have to know about での is that this is a combination of two Japanese particles, which is で and の。ですね。ちょっと待って。So, who knows what で is and who knows what の is? はい。でとのの使い方、わかる方いらっしゃいますか？はい。のはね、結構簡単かな。I'm guessing no is probably one of the easiest ones. No is like apostrophe s. No is like, you know, when it belongs to something or when you're trying to use a noun like an adjective. なんですけど、でが難しいんですよね。But then, my take is で is this in て form and no. I guess you can use it that way. 日本語なのに説明できません。日本語なのに説明できません。でもそういうもんなんですよ。自分の言語ってね、説明できないんですよね。そう。難しいんですよね。だからね、教師っていう分野が成り立つのかもしれない。研究所での結果は、そうそう。でもね、研究所の結果は、でも言えますでしょ？逆を言うと、天城さんの言っていただいた例文、作編にはできないので、長編での制作はできません。なんですけど、長編の制作はできませんとか、長編で制作はできませんも、通用するんですよね。そうそう。No, it's just a normalizer in programming terms. Basically, turns things into objects which can be manipulated. That's a good way of putting it. But yeah, so, no はね、no の方が簡単。説明に関してはね。限定詞ってことか、そういうことかもしれない。So, no, I like to explain it again as apostrophe s. Or it can mean belongs to. Or, in other words, explanation. You're explaining the noun. You're explaining the situation. You're explaining the noun is probably like a better way of putting it. 赤の傘. You're explaining 傘. Explaining the word after. かな？はい。ちょっと見えない。So, if I say 赤の傘, that means the red umbrella. If I say 茶色の犬, that means a brown dog. 私は犬の VTuber ね。犬の VTuber and VTuber, that is a dog. そう、でのでの難しい。はい。ということで、first of all, that is no. And then we have to talk about で。で is hard. では難しいです。なぜ難しいか。でを説明しようとすると、ものすごいいろんなね、ものすごいいろいろあるんですよ。めちゃくちゃあるんですよ。ではね、難しい。So で there's a lot of usages for で。で can be used for, well, the biggest usage that people know for で is when you're talking about a place. But it can be used as means and method of things. You can use this as a reason, a cause and a reason. You can also use it for time limit So there's a lot of different usages for でがなんで難しいかって、でって実はいろんな使い方があるんですよね。直感的に出てくるのであれば普通に場所だったりするんですけど、学校で勉強します。日本で花火大会があります。とか、東京でイベントがあります。ビッグサイトでコミケがあります。So again, でA lot of times it's used for places, but again, method. でも何かを使用するときにも使えます。私は OBS を使って OBS で配信をしています。私はゲーミングコンピューターで配信をしています。私は iPhone で写真を撮ります。そう、コミケって。そうで、あと物の原因にも使えます。例えば、食べ過ぎでお腹が痛いです。食べ過ぎでお腹が痛い means I ate too much. I have a stomachache. I have a stomachache because I ate too much. とか、日焼けで痛いです。It hurts because of sunburn. とか、time limit. これもね、違うんですけど、time limit。10秒で支度しなとかね。So, day is so hard. So many different situations. So, では難しいですよ。Day is really hard. This is a hard one. But anyway, so, from what I can explain, these are multiple usages for で。Okay, so now, we have での。での is hard.Simply because it's just a combination of those two. 時間が4分の1になってる。時間が4分の1になってる。どういうこと？何？なんか残ってる？なんか起こってる？わからない。教えてください。なんか間違えたかな。また教えて。待って、わかんない。はい。But yeah, so, での、in this case, 先に否にはできませんので、長編での、制作はできません。Let's talk about certain sentences. If you understand sentences, it might be easier. かな。作品には、Okay, 天岸さん、tell me what this sentence means. 作品にはできないので、長編での制作はできません。悲しいな。長編での制作はできません。Really long sentence. はい。one second. Let me figure how to translate it in my head. Okay. まあ、作品 works とかね、できない not able to make, I guess in this case. 長編 like long-term work かな。制作 to make できません not able to do.コミケ私行ったことないんですよね、実は。地方出身なんで地方のイベントはね、結構行ったことあるんです。コミケが怖くてね、手が出せてないの。Actually, I have never been to コミケ because I'm still afraid. なんか、絶対私ね、ミスって小銭落として、わーってなったり、なんかもうコミケの文化がわかんなくて、わーってなったりすると思うから。Okay, so while, due to being unable to work on such a product, I am also unable to produce long-term works. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm just gonna modify it if you wouldn't mind. コミケは夏に行くと地獄、やっぱりなんか数年前のね、コミケ雲がね、トラウマでね、見てるだけで、ツイッターで。Due to being unable to, I'm just gonna change this into produce because that'll be easier of meaning. Unable to produce I am also unable to produce long form works. Okay. Go ahead, that's just my bad take on it. Oh, it's not bad at all. They're just like little nuances. Okay, so we have this sentence. これね、日本人の方もね、面白いと思うので、ぜひね、ちょっと集中してみて。First of all, we have to figure out what this での is referring to, or in other words, we have to figure out what this で is referring to. 作品にはできないので、okay, first of all, sorry, I'm just gonna modify the Japanese sentence. これ作品はできないにしとこう。この文章だったらこっちの方が正しいわ。作品はできないので長編での制作はできません。はい、ということで、So, again, this is just a few usages of で, but what is this で? Is it a place, method, reason, or time limit?どれだと思いますですか？place 場所 method 方法 reason 理由原因 time limit タイムリミット Again, this is just a broader umbrella of how they can be used. But in this case, 長編で this で which one do you think it is? どれだと思いますか？ Again, in a bigger umbrella, it's not going to be very specific, butこれはですね、私言っちゃおう。This is closer to that method. So, going to say play only in the logical sense of in what we're currently producing. Okay. I guess you can say this, but in this case, when I say place, I mean like a place, a physical place. So I say method simply because you won't be able to produce long-form works or long-term works. It doesn't say that you are unable to make short-term works. But anyways, by adding no, it just adds more specifics. That's just it. こちら難しいんですけど、日本語で言う場合、作品はできないので長編で制作はできません。でも成立するじゃないですか。日本語ってこういうのが多いんですよ。成立するのに追加で言葉や一つのひらがなを足すことによってより明確にするみたいなね。Method in this case, sorry, again, method is the bigger umbrella. It's really broad, so I know it probably doesn't make as much sense. But 長編, long term, is the method that this person might be able to produce work. In other words, this person won't be able to in this case. But having that said, 長編で制作はできません also will stand on its own. That will also still make sense as a grammatically correct sentence. The reason why there's no is simply the part that says explaining the word after better. That's the usage of no, right? Again, so that's basically it. You can also say 長編の制作はできません。長編で制作はできません。They both will mean okay. They will both become a sentence. They can both stand as a sentence. 長編で制作はできません which means I won't be able to make long-term works, as in long-term will be the method of it. Long-term will be a method or a way for me to produce work. I won't be able to do that. 長編の制作はできません Same thing. 長編の制作はできません will mean I won't be able to produce anything long-term. You know, if you look into it, they both mean very, very similar things. Extremely similar. It's just that 長編で制作はできません It has a nuance that you won't be able to produce things longer term. You might be, it feels like you're saying that I will be able to produce something shorter term. If you say 長編の制作はできません It feels like you're just simply saying there's not an option for me to produce something long term. I don't know if you can see the nuance, but that's just the difference in nuance. これ、長編で制作はできませんも、長編の制作はできませんも成立するんですよね。意味合いとしては、長編で制作はできませんって言ったら、長編はできないけど短編はできる可能性があるみたいなニュアンスが出てきます。長編の制作はできませんって言ったら、ただ単に私は長編の作品は作れません。って ってるように聞こえるんですよね。その大きな違いがあります。でも、オーバーオール、大きい長い目で見ると結構似てるんですよね。I do see the nuance. Okay, sweet. But by adding those two, it just specifies things a little bit more. Again, 長編で meant that you won't be able to make long-term things, but quite possibly you'll be able to make something short-term. 長編の制作はできません again meant that you won't be able to produce long-term anything, period. By adding those two, 長編での制作はできません You're saying I will not be able to make things long-term, period, doesn't mean that I won't be able to make short-term things. I don't know if that will make sense, but it's just adding that little nuance. It's like this is set. I won't be able to make things long-term. I didn't say anything about not being able to make anything short-term, but the idea might still be there. Again, での is a combination of those two. 一応説明しておくと、でのって掘り下げていくと、この2つ、長編で制作はできない、長編の制作はできないを、2つをまとめたものなんですよね。長編でだったらもう長編はできないけど短編はできる可能性がある。長編の制作はできませんだったら私は長編作りません。みたいなニュアンスが出てきます。その2つを合わせることによって、でのっていうのが出来上がってるんですよね。なので長編での制作はできませんって言ったら断言してるように聞こえるんですよ。長編での制作ができない。私は長編を作りません。断言。その断言っていうのはのっていう助詞のニュアンスから来てるんですけど、そこにでを当てることによって、でも他のもの、例えば短編を作ることができるかもしれないみたいなことを、みたいなニュアンスを足すっていうことができているっていう、まあ日本語難しい日本語難しい OK well 大体理解してます。よかった because I don't think I can explain it any better ごめんなさい that's all I can do at the moment、これがね、私が今できる最大限の説明ですね。はい。So this is why I say での it does change in meaning depending on the situation. There might be places that you can't use での There might be places that you can. There might be cases where you can't use just の There might be cases where you can't use just で。はい。I will read more and I'll run into more and it will make more sense. Yeah, for sure. 奥が深い。日本語はね、本当に難しいと思います。Last question. Why is are used for certain things like pool of salmon and what? Pool of salmon.昨日 there's a term in the test Mohan asked how to pronounce. I was hesitant between Mohan or Mohan. I often been confused by Cho and Dakwon. 難しいですね。Sorry, cut off. It's okay. I will answer cat san's question first. cat さんの質問からいきましょう。Mohan.はい、this one. Mohan.Example ですね。模範、これ一応英語でも書いとこう。はい、日本人の皆様は模範っていう新しい言葉。模範は example です。はい。ということで、そう、超音 versus 濁音。超音 I'm guessing it's more of a 超音はね、日本語では実はあんまり、超音って言葉は聞いたことないと思うんですけど、難しいんだよな。超音、まあ、伸ばし棒っていうことですね。超音 is a lot easier when it's in カタカナ right? It's a little bit more difficult when it's in ひらがな。例えばのイメージあった模範も、もうエグザンプ覚えた。そう。でもね、そうなんですよ。いろんな単語 なんていうの？一つの単語イコールこの単語っていうのはあんまり成立しないんですよね。その前提があるとね、わかりやすいと思います。例えば、名詞だったらね、そういうのが成立するんですよ。ビルは building でしょ？リンゴは apple なんですけど、もっと、抽象的な言葉になってくると、一つの言葉イコールこの言葉じゃなくて、一つの言葉イコールこんだけいろんな言い方があるよっていうのが成立してくるんで、例えば、example。例えばはでもね、for example ですね。模範の example。ただ、例えばっていうのは、なんか例えばってこの先例を出すよっていう意味ですけど、模範っていうのは模範になりなさい。なので、またちょっと違う。まあちょっとね、まあ難しいんですけど。Okay, so anyways, difference between 超音、超音がね、出てこない。超音。This is how I like to explain it. This is not always the case, but when there's a vowel, 超音 equals Again, this doesn't apply to everything, but I'm hoping that this will explain it a little bit easier. When there is a vowel after a word, vowel ひらがなでした。vowel ひらがな after a ひらがな most likely you will make it 超音はい、ということでここで切ろうかな。 OK あ、でっけえな、でかいわ、でかい OK, so first of all, so I'm guessing Cat-san, I'm guessing you're from Taiwan, was it? Again, this is not about race, it's not about that, but I think it is also really important to understand what things are more difficult for you because of your native tongue. はい。で、お手本模範、これらは一つの単語で済みます。でも逆に言うと日本語で例お手本模範っていうのがあると同じように英語でも他の言い方もあったりするんですよね。ただ、そう、全部 example っていう言葉で説明ができる。Yes, I'm from Taiwan. Okay, sweet. So this is one thing I have figured out. In Mandarin and Cantonese, in those Chinese-based languages, there's not really a difference between what we call in Japanese dakuon and the things that are not, right? Like dakuon, da, ta. I have realized after listening to people who are learning Japanese, for example, things like da versus ta is really difficult. It's just how for us Japanese, it's really difficult to say or distinguish the difference between R and L. Da, ta, ga, ka, those are really hard for people who are native speakers of Mandarin, Cantonese, Chinese-based languages. This can be found in any kind of languages. It's really important to understand what your native language doesn't have that Japanese has, or in other words, for us Japanese to understand what pronunciation that doesn't exist in our language that does in English. So, no, we don't have. That's what I thought. But yeah, so I think it's important to start by understanding that. Sorry, 熱くなってきた。勉強になった。そう。例えば、英語もなんですけど、英語だったら、ラリルレロが実は存在しないんですよね。This is something that a lot of people don't realize, but for native English speakers, I have never really met anybody who can naturally say larirurero in Japanese who are native English speakers. The reason why larirurero, this pronunciation, doesn't exist in English, it is very close to la, the L sound. Is it the same? It is not. So in order for you to be able to distinguish the difference between choon and dakuon, first of all, okay, so this is one thing. When you practice words, when you try to memorize words, for those who has the background of Chinese-based languages, try to memorize them in hiragana. That's the easiest way out. The reason why is because you already know those kanji, you already know them, which makes it more difficult for you to try to have the hiragana or the reading of it, because it's so much easier, isn't it? Like, you can actually read it, you understand what they are. If I sometimes try to read my Taiwanese friends' Facebook and Instagram posts and stuff, I don't understand what is going on, but I can get a whole gist of what they're trying to say because of the context, because of the kanji. Vice versa, it's the same thing. You will probably be able to understand what they mean because of the kanji, because of the characters, but try to memorize them in hiragana. Okay, coming back to choon. Try to memorize it as where there's a vowel hiragana after a normal hiragana. Most likely, you will make that sound into a choon. So, for example, はい、これ repeat after me. お母さんね、お母さん. This one's simple, isn't it? Because ka does end with the vowel a. But because there's a a, you don't say お母さん. We say お母さん. お母さん, mother. What else? 他に何かあるかな? 東京とかね。はい、東京。There's two vowel hiraganas here. う and う. う after と、う after きょ。お母さん。そうそう。But we don't say とう、きょう。Vowel hiragana after a normal hiragana, you make it into a choon. Vowel hiragana is a, I, u, e, o, a, e, I, o, u. Those are the vowels. So, to, kyo. Having that said, look back at the word mohan. You don't see any hiragana that is a, I, u, e, o. In other words, there will not be choon in this one. It will be mohan. Reason why? It is simply a word that goes mohan. There's no vowels in it. So again, I don't know if that will make any difference, but when it comes to dakuon, I will say you just sadly have to practice memorizing it in hiragana. ごめんなさい. Sorry. But there is a term called getting your ears used to things. We say this when we study English as well in Japan. When you start learning a new language, your ears aren't developed to be able to listen to the differences or distinguish the difference between certain sounds. And so the more context, the more things that you consume. For example, the more anime that you watch, the more YouTube that you watch, the more podcasts that you listen to, the more you'll be able to distinguish the difference between those things. But, はい、頑張ります。頑張ってください。Sorry I'm not much help when it comes to this. But this is one of those things that the easiest way out is to practice. ということで、はい、超音でした。頑張ってください。I had to go with Spanish. I realized immediately R was not the same, so I went with Spanish as a backfill since it's super similar. I can probably roll my R's in general. But yeah, don't roll your R's in Japanese. So there are certain cases where living things are grouped together and said they exist with ある。例、今日は鮭があるのね and opposed to いる。Well, that's really simple. 今日は鮭があるのね。If people say that, that sake isn't alive anymore. It's dead. It's ready to be consumed. Hi. Yeah, that's the difference, I think. Hi. ですけれども。Right? I mean, 今日鮭があるのね。That's something that I will maybe say at the supermarket. 今日鮭がある。今日鮭が安い。今日鮭がある。That sake, that salmon isn't alive anymore. It's dead. I think people using it also misuse it when speaking too. Yeah, it can be that case too. ということで、あるといるの違いですけどね。鮭がいるって言ったら、その鮭はまだ生きています。鮭があるって言ったらもう食料です。If you use ある for certain things, food, it's dead already. It's ready for consumption. はい。そうです。Good question though. ということで皆様、まあいい質問の数々でございましたけれども、That was a lot of really good questions. But, anything else? 他に何かある方いらっしゃいますか？ Okay, I'll stop there. Okay, sounds good. はい。ということでね、まあ、以上かな。ということで、Well, I guess I will stop here as well. もうね、ちょっと日付変更線もね、回りましたので、まあ、今日ここら辺にしとこうかなと思います。I always have a lot. Oh, sweet. I'll be expecting to hear more in 2 weeks. Okay, so again, this stream will be held again in 2 weeks. こちらのね、私のチャレンジのフォローアップまた2週間後にしようと思っております。これね、oh, really quick. What do you think? Is like once every 2 weeks good, or should I make it like once a month? I'm not planning on changing this for this year, but I'm just trying to set things up for next year. ちなみになんです。まあでもね、ちょっとね、これは、今年はね、ちょっと違うと言いますか、今年に限っては、日本語を学習した方向けメインなんですけれども、このフォローアップ配信、2週に1回どう月1ぐらいの方がいいんでしょうか？ It's up to you. 2 weeks seems good, but maybe people need more time. Yeah, that's what I've been wondering. Because I don't want to feel like I'm pressuring people to study more. はい。なんですけど、皆さんお疲れ様ありがとうございます。はい。Well, I'll put it into consideration. I might make it into once every month next year. ちょっとね、来年からね、ちょっと1ヶ月に1回にしようかな。私のスケジュール的にもいいかも。I need about a month to complete my statistics. I'm at 1,900 words since last update video. Wow, nice! That's awesome! はい。1,900 words. 1900s from last to this one. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. In 2 weeks? That's crazy. すごっ。Well, I'll think about it. ということで、まあ、本日は以上となります。皆様お越しくださいましてありがとうございました。Thank you so much again for everybody for joining in. ということで、最後に皆様のお名前を呼ばせていただいておろうかなと思います。I'll probably read out your names before I end today. ということで、キャッさんお疲れ様でした。天岸さんもお疲れ様でした。プレガさんもお疲れ様でした。ププさんもこちらこそありがとうございました。お越しいただけてよかったです。ということでまたね、Oh, really quick. 明日は、ホグワーツレガシーします。はい、I'll be playing Hogwarts Legacy. I will be going back into trying to post more grammar videos and vocab videos starting next week. あさとさんもお疲れ様でした。かぞたにさんもお疲れ。何その絵文字いつも面白いな。はい、スニーバインさん。Okay, let me know if I'm pronouncing your name right. Thank you for the stream. Well, thank you so much for joining and for all the questions. Feel free to comment on any of my past videos. If you have any questions about certain anything, I will be more than happy to answer them. はい。レイゾーベリオさん、お疲れ様。ありがとうございました。皆様、それではごきげんよう。おやすみなさいませ。また明日お会いいたしましょう。See you again tomorrow. それでは、おやすみなさい。バイバイ。